And these alien hunters have spotted this huge archway, which they believe is 100% proof that extraterrestrials live on the planet closest to the sun.
Yeah.
I just want to first show the picture.
Oh, for fuck! Come on.
It's the Arc de Triomphe. It's the Arc de Mercury.
Now,
It's the Merc de Triomphe.
now, as you can all clearly see, that is something that is not only that is beyond human engineering. I think
We can't do that. No chance. No way, mate. What? I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's...
Hey guys, glad to see you all back. Caught me just before I was going to go to bed again. But you know what?
Another late shift.
Yeah, another late shift. I've been ready for this one all day. I've been prepped. I've been beaming. I'm so excited to go. This is. I have prepped. See, the thing is with where I am at the moment is that the one thing that I don't know about is time nor location. Could be Christmas today. I don't know.
It might be by the time this one goes out.
Yeah. And so I've kind of based this off kind of things I've been receiving from kind of my connection to the outside world, and I'm really excited to share with you guys what I've kind of been sent in by the people. I thought, you know, if they're sending me updates about the outside world, I might as well use that as content to try and get me out back into the outside world. Anyway, as per usual, we're joined with Jack. Ooh, Wookie. Somebody doesn't know what the podcast's gonna be today. And we've also got a kitchen pot with us. Hello, boys. How are you doing?
I'm suddenly quite terrified.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're gonna have fun.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. There's a lot of options I'm given for today.
Oh Lord.
So, however, I am feeling a little bit hot.
It is getting quite warm.
It is getting quite warm.
I
might
don't, I'm very fucking warm.
I might lose a layer.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Just to kind of get ready. On my top button.
Oh.
I don't know why didn't you dress it? Did you not get the memo? We said
I haven't got any memos.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, you're gonna look
I've got the beer.
You're gonna look a little
That's
bit
alright.
for this whole podcast. So I thought, you know, because we're going to be looking at the news today, I thought that we should dress up appropriately. And I'm glad somebody got the memo.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. News just in. I can keep to the schedule.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Let's crack on.
Let's crack on. So,
Right.
basically, we all know fake news is ravaging the airwaves and the internet as it is now. So, we've decided what a good idea for a podcast topic might be is let's get somebody who has no idea about these articles. To be honest, I've only looked at the headlines of these, so I don't know the content of any of these articles apart from their headings. And we're going to see whether we can determine whether they're fake news or not. And also kind of give you a little bit of a snapshot, a little bit of a news update, because, you know, politics kind of dominates the airwaves. Let's get a couple of smaller stories, a couple of like feel-good stories. So
we're not talking about that virus or the protests or anything like that. We're talking about
all unrelated
cats stuck
news.
Up trees.
Good,
no longer up the
light-hearted.
trees. Everybody's happy now.
I have got 74 news articles. And Jack-O-W is going to pick the title from the headline alone, which ones we're going to be looking at. So if you can open up your Google Sheets, and I would like you to pick any article. You can scroll up and down. We've got quite a few on here. I got a variety. And I can't take all of the credit. The pot got 5 of these together, and I got the other 69 articles. And I put them in alphabetical order, so there's no influence going in on whether mine or Matt's get picked.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm immediately seeing the two ones that say Alien Hunters Claim, and I've been into my UFOs for a couple of days, so.
Wow. So
we're gonna.
Which one do you want first?
Huge archway on Mercury.
Oh, this one's good.
Yeah.
I saw the picture for this one. This is very exciting. So, this is a discussion format. You know, whenever you guys want to mention in. If not, I'll just read through the article. So, alien hunters claim to spot huge archway on Mercury, advanced far beyond humanity. And these alien hunters have spotted this huge archway, which they believe is 100% proof that extraterrestrials live on the planet closest to the sun.
Yeah.
Have they
I
got
just
any
want to
pictures?
first show the picture.
Oh, for fuck! Come on!
It's the Arc de Triomphe. It's the Arc de Mercury.
Now,
It's the Merc de Triomphe.
now, as you can all clearly see, that is something that is not only that is beyond human engineering. I think
we can't do that. No chance. That. No way, mate. What? I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's.
Oh, don't
it's
worry.
Got a hole in it.
They made it easier because they outlined
I'm loving the red arrows and shit.
They also
I like the hexagon as well.
They outlined the shadow as well, which is quite helpful. I don't know why they've done that.
In case you couldn't tell, there was a shadow here. Look, there's a shadow here.
Do you see the Pac-Man that's going to eat?
Yeah. So, let me read through what they have to say. This intrepid reporter who did this, Sean Martin. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Despite experiencing temperatures over 400 degrees Celsius, alien researchers are convinced that there is life on Mercury. The latest proof comes in the form of an apparent archway next to a crater on the planet. Conspiracy theorists believe the archway is, get this, between 7 and 10 kilometers long.
Long?
Well,
not tall.
Actually,
tall or long?
Actually, that's a good question.
Tall. Which dimension are we working in?
I assume width.
Yeah.
They don't say.
Who describes an archway as long?
That to me describes depth. Like you walk through a long archway.
But look at it. It's not that deep.
No, it does. Well,
I'm looking at a grainy picture from another planet.
Yeah,
I can't tell how deep
hundreds of thousands of kilometers away.
That kilometer could be the size of England.
Someone's not a UFO enthusiast. Wow. So,
I'm a UFO enthusiast. Just the real one, not this nonsense.
What's suspicious is that there is no words from the likes of NASA.
NASA haven't commented. Oh.
Yeah. They haven't commented on this. They're currently trying to put on some fake news articles to try and disrupt people from the truth here. But it is, furthermore, the findings make it clear that these extraterrestrials are more advanced than humans. Prominent alien hunter Scott C. Waring made the claim, writing on his blog UFO Sightings Daily. How is this even possible?
How could you even make an archway? That's like a building with a hole in the middle. We don't know how to do that.
Even I.
Ah, yes, a more grainy image of the archway.
Even I am baffled at the purpose and the reason for such a massive structure to exist.
Even me, journalist man, cannot comprehend the archway.
I found this archway using a Mercury map that is online. According to the measuring device at the bottom of the map, the archway is 5 kilometers across and over 7 kilometers tall. Yeah,
so
you read it right. I am just shaking my head as I write this. It is not often I come across something that makes me go wow, which as a daily UFO sightings alien hunter makes me very concerned for your job. if this is
most of the shit's boring as hell. I'm so desensitized to it all.
Well, we've got some other stuff on here, such as huge structures on Venus, but I don't know how recent that is.
But the problem with all of these is that it's just like, hey, look, we saw on a picture a thing that looks like it shouldn't be there.
The angles of like the sunlight on it.
Yeah, like remember the time everyone was like, "Look, there's trees on Mars." It's like, no, they're just like really weird stains on hills.
He has actually got
cool,
a theory. Now, first off,
he's got a theory. That's good.
I'm
glad he's got a theory.
100% proof that not only aliens exist on Mercury,
100%.
but it's 100% proof that they are technologically advanced far beyond humanity.
Because they build a big hill.
It's maybe a possible Stargate of some type.
Of course, I was going to say, like it looks
Stargate,
it does look like it's a portal to somewhere else. It's like the Minecraft portal, just that's 7x5 or something, isn't it?
The pot, if anyone doesn't know, did do physics, and so for him to tell you that it does look like the Minecraft portal is pretty strong evidence that this guy is legit. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say this is 100% real.
I'm on board with this article.
Aliens, man.
Yeah. Well,
fuck it. Yeah, we don't know.
I'll go through the final bits where it says, I say it's 7 kilometers to be conservative, but at points it could be up to 10 kilometers on the ruler. You be the judge. However,
okay, thank you very much.
Use your own scales.
Upon closer inspection, the apparent archway is clearly a meteorite or asteroid impact, and Mr. Waring's claims could be explained by the effects of pareidolia, which is the tendency of the brain to recognise shapes and patterns where they do not exist. Which, that doesn't even look like an English word. Nice try, NASA.
This man's claims could be explained by him being misinformed.
Yeah.
Basic human psychology.
There we go.
He has seen a thing, and he thought it was one thing, but it isn't.
Are we rating Huge Archway as true or untrue? And by the way, at the end, you're going to pick your favourite article.
Oh, hang on. When we say rating true or untrue, are we saying that the claim the alien hunter made is true or untrue?
I'm not.
Or that the whole story is true or untrue?
The contents of the entire story are true.
The whole story.
The whole story.
Oh, I can absolutely believe some idiot was like, "Hey, look, I found a thing. It looks like a hill, and it's got a hole in it."
But is it 100% accurate?
But is it true?
Fucking sure. It's surely true.
It
yes.
is true.
I'm saying it's true. Look, if an alien hunter claims it, then it's definitely real, right?
Yes.
They're professionals.
Wow. So, you've got loads more.
That's one
no
down.
way you're going to run out.
Is there an end state in this?
We'll go as long as we need to, I suppose.
Yeah, as long as I'm feeling. I want a good couple
Lord.
of articles to be read out today.
Right, let's do the alien one.
You want more
another
aliens?
alien.
Let's do more aliens.
What
More
aliens? UFO sighting.
Man, I'm looking down this lit. These are insane stories.
Yeah. That's why I'm confused. You want to go for more aliens? It's by Sean Martin on the same day.
He back.
did 2 articles. Loves it. The alien.
Was it the same alien hunters?
I don't know. Maybe.
You can tell what Sean Martin was doing this day's morning. He was scrolling through daily alien finds and just found 2 things.
You guys know about the Phoenix Lights, right? So, 1997, thousands of people called that there were big lights over Arizona and the city of Phoenix. There was never an official explanation about the sighting. Now, some in Colombia have claimed that they have had their own Phoenix Light incidents to worry about after a stream of bright lights appeared over the city of Medellin. Exciting stuff. Yeah.
Let's see the footage.
See
Oh my god, is that the footage? That's a picture of a saucer.
I think this is the footage.
Yeah, the video at the top had the footage.
Now it's
sure.
comparing
hit me with
through
the-
races.
That's
Mind
not
you,
it.
I'll
That's not it.
refresh. Here we go.
There we go.
Yes, here we go. We'll
Full
span
screen.
this.
Love
Full screen.
Perfect. Wait for the buffering.
No,
God,
what?
Sean Martin.
It'll start. There we go.
Okay. Oh.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ooh.
Here we go. It's
Right. So
a circular light.
we've got a big sort of parabola
Yeah.
of lights. There's some more lights.
They're flashing.
The
They're
lights,
not really moving much,
the inner part.
and that was it.
Look like just, big set of fairy lights to me, to be honest.
Look like
Yeah,
lights.
it's probably just a big Christmas tree, wasn't it? Fucking
Yeah.
idiots.
Yeah.
So what's the picture of the source? Is that just like artist's depiction?
Yeah.
Or what's going on?
Yeah, I think that
Okay,
was
great.
artist depiction on what it is.
And we have a lovely blurry ass zoomed in picture
Yeah.
of the biggest light
Mm.
as well.
Oh,
It's funny that, it's brighter in the middle and has a ring round it, just like every other.
don't worry,
Every
guys.
Studies show it's a light.
Now I know you're saying what's the source. Well, don't worry. The sighting was picked up by self-proclaimed UFO expert Scott C. Waring, which is the same
Sick.
man who did
Oh, is it the
it's
same
the
dude?
same dude.
Brilliant.
So he literally was just hovering on this man's blog
Yeah.
on the morning. He was like, these two seem
These
doable.
two. Now I know what you're saying. Is
Fuck,
this
I'd love to be a
absolute-
journalist. It seems so easy.
Just to
It's
scroll
this-
through the internet
It's so
every
easy.
morning.
You just surf the internet and then write like half a paragraph about the thing, include some JPEGs, and fuck off for lunch.
No.
Oh my god.
I know what you're saying. Is this absolute proof that aliens trying to make their presence known to the general public? And that's a yes.
Yeah, that's a resounding yes.
Categorical yes.
Unrelated to Starlink, SpaceX's ambitious yet controversial plan to launch 12,000 satellites into Earth's orbit to supply internet to every corner of the globe.
It does look a lot like the Starlink pictures I've seen, actually, thinking about it. It looks a shitload like that.
Absolutely unrelated, actually. And there's an illustration of the Phoenix light.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. Okay,
Which,
that's good.
If we just compare this to
It's not even close.
The
Like-
parabola.
pretty similar. Yeah, so that is the Phoenix lights. I don't think we're going to get... He didn't comment too much on that one, unfortunately.
He didn't say anything,
No.
but I think both of these stories are real because it's
Yeah.
clear what's happened. He's just been surfing blogs.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
you've got way more to go through.
Jesus Christ, these are insane.
Oh, I know.
Crystal Knob sets Clapham bedroom on fire.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to
This
see...
one should be a good one.
It also has
That's
the
his-
after picture as well. It doesn't have the before.
Hell yeah. Well, no, it's just a. Oh my word, that's a fire and a half. Jesus. A crystal, like a doorknob, is that what they.
Yeah, some sort of like.
Yeesh.
Caught the sunlight wrong, didn't it?
It set the whole place on fire, it seems.
It's so much... It doesn't sound that bad until you see the picture. And then it looks absolutely devastating.
I'm pretty sure this exact thing happened in a series of unfortunate events. Am I wrong?
Honestly.
Exact thing.
They've
This
got a
exact
picture
thing
of the
happened.
culprit.
Is this from the same place?
Yeah. What? The same
What?
place?
Same site?
Yeah, it's the same site.
But
It didn't
yeah,
leave
it's-
the crime. The audacity.
No, the same website, you pleb.
Oh, I don't know.
No, this isn't.
This
from
is the
same
Guardian.
website. This is
Is it
your local Guardian. It's the Guardian, but local. So,
That's gotta be true.
the shiny doorknob started a house fire in Rosenhurst Road, Clapham, on Monday, July 7th at 8:20 a.m. Now, it basically explains the science of it. Very complicated. The sun's rays went through the doorknob onto a dressing gown and set the dressing gown on fire. You know, how like little shits tried to burn ants because they had a power complex. Similar to that.
With a magnifying glass. That's a very
Yeah.
different thing. Right, as Matt can tell you.
it was a...
All right, if it goes into a doorknob and then
was-
splits out,
It was
it's
a
not going to be
shiny
more focused.
It was
is
a
it? It's not
crystal
going to be
A lot of
more
it's gonna be
focused
like-
than the regular.
It was a
But
crystal
it's not-
doorknob. And it was
It's
very
not going to be more
shiny.
focused than the sunlight that came in. If the sunlight hits a doorknob and then splits out, it's not going to be more fiery than the fucking sunlight.
Because of the shape of like the doorknob and the like, if it's like a kind of diamond kind of structure, you get a lot of internal reflection, and then you get like
But my point is, all of the light that's hitting it is going to be more focused because it's just going to split off.
Now, guys, so the house is empty at the time.
It's not doing it.
And a smoke alarm alerted builders working on an adjacent house who called the London Fire Brigade. Chris Pugsley from the Brigade's Fire Investigation Unit said, crystal and glass ornaments and items, such as shaving reels, should be kept out of direct sunlight. The homeowners were lucky they had a working smoke alarm which alerted some local builders. Part of the bedroom was damaged in the fire, but it could have been much worse. So, you heard it here. Anything made of crystal, glass, or reflective, away from them windows, please.
This is bullshit. This is weapons grade bullshit.
Are you not
I'm glad we found one immediately.
Are you not happy with this article?
I don't believe this at all.
You're calling them out. To be fair,
Can you set with a big ass magnifying glass? Maybe you could set. Maybe you could melt a little bit of a polyester dressing gown. Yeah. This isn't real.
It depends.
This is bollocks.
It depends on how much flammable stuff they've got in their flat.
It just said a dressing gown. Yeah, coated in petrol.
No, but if the dressing gown is next to like a curtain, and then curtains do go up.
Curtains get because if the curtains go up, then you can't put them in direct sunlight. Apparently,
I know what
it's the job of a curtain.
But that's more because they're made of polyester, and polyester like burns.
Then why would you put it in front of the windows?
Because making it hot doesn't make it catch fire. It's the intensity of the sunlight.
I don't know whether this is
bullshit.
Things,
all of this.
This article came out in 2014.
6 years.
6 years ago.
Are you trying to tell me there was more or less bullshit?
I don't know. I'm just saying that might be a factor.
I don't think it's a fact.
What was happening in Clapham in 2014? Who were these people? These are the people. Who were these people who lived in this flat?
This is wrong. This is all wrong.
They didn't interview them.
Oh, funny that. There's no statement given from the person who owned the house. No statement from the builders. Just some cunt fireman. Like, this ain't real.
Firemen are meant to know how fires start.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
I don't trust this fireman.
I don't trust him. He's part of the government, mate.
Where is this?
It's all a conspiracy.
So, that's
a lie.
That's a lie. That's
a straight up lie. Send that one to Donald Trump.
Yeah. Mr. Trump, we found one. The deep state's trying to convince us that crystal doorknobs can set fire to buildings. Gotta get on this, Mr. Trump. Lord. There's no time for the spray tan. Go.
Right, Egypt confirms aliens did not build pyramids after Elon Musk insists they did.
Yes.
The first bit.
So I love me some ancient aliens. Yeah. Oh, of course, it's on Joe Rogan.
So yeah, well, this one I remember sort of happening, and Musk basically just put one tweet out being like, obviously the pyramids are made by aliens. It's concrete proof. And then they were like, no. As I'm sure.
It's not concrete proof.
No, if anything, it's stone.
So, the tagline is, the billionaire has become known for his erratic and sometimes outspoken Twitter presence. And this time, a nation has been forced to clarify that aliens did not build their most famous structures. So,
first of all, he's just trolling. That's the most trolling. Can we define this entire news story bollocks just because it's evident that he wasn't trying to be serious anyway?
Well, the thing is, it's not
like they've taken a Twitter joke and turned it into an article.
I mean, Elon Musk has come out with some wacky ideas before. He's not the
This one
most
isn't even
sane
that-
man in the world.
This isn't like the most this isn't
Also-
a new wacky idea.
But
This is
no,
a very
this-
very tired
Can I-
wacky idea.
Can we just look at the tweet itself? Says aliens built the pyramids. Obs. But the article says Musk was quickly slammed by history experts after he tweeted a conspiracy theory that Martians constructed the ancient pharaoh tombs, which
He never said Martians.
I don't believe.
Yeah,
Martians.
he didn't specify where these
Not
aliens
all
came
aliens
from.
are Martians.
Yes. Now,
No. Wait, is this the entire article?
no, there's more. Don't worry.
Okay. I was gonna say.
Archaeologists say there's plenty of evidence to show the pyramids in Egypt were built at the hand.
Were built by aliens.
Yeah.
Archaeologists.
And top Egyptologist Zahi Hawass dismissed Musk's online musings as nothing more than a complete hallucination. And he just describes.
Pretty
the,
sure. It's
Yeah.
just joking.
the Egypt's Minister of International Cooperation even chimed in, and this is the confirmation, the slam dunk that Egypt sent to Elon Musk. I follow your work with a lot of admiration. I invite you to explore the writings about how the pyramids were built, and also check out the tombs of pyramid builders. That doesn't seem like the slam dunk I thought I was expecting.
That's not a slam dunk at all. It's
Yeah.
just saying do your research, but
That's
politely.
not the country of Egypt. That is one government employee trying to change the discussion of a popular tweet into, "Hey, you can come see the pyramids and get a
Hey,
tour.
why don't you come and have a look?
Tourism, please." Yeah. Now, he has said that this isn't the first time his tweets hit the headlines, as the Mongol has used it for announcements to connect with his fans, and has been known to troll
You
his
should call him a
haters.
Mongol.
No, that's what the article mogul.
It does say mogul,
Mogul.
not Mongol.
Not Mongol.
Okay.
I don't say words right. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
As the man reading the news.
I've got a
I didn't say
suit
words
on.
right. It doesn't matter.
I have a suit on. No one can question me. There we go. That's pretty much all from that one. So is that some
Well,
fake
it's-
news?
The article is fake news
The
because-
article is fake.
It's
because
just,
he just made a joke and then said
it's
I'd also
just
say
not,
that
it's not
Egypt
news.
didn't
It's
confirm.
old.
It's not news.
Yeah.
It's not a. It's,
even if Egypt got nibbled by Elon Musk's
Yeah.
meme about
that's
the
what the
pyramids being
article
built
should
by
have been
aliens.
about.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's
But they-
misrepresentation.
Yeah, they didn't even. It was kind of more of a tourism advertisement. Right?
They just used it as like a.
It was very clear that the person in the Egyptian government was pretty much saying, "Hey, you can take tours around the pyramids." So obviously jumping on the trend that it was a popular tweet frame to kind of boost Egyptian tourism. It's very obviously what's happened here. So shall we send that one over to Mr. Trump with his fake news? You'll never believe what they've done this time. They've twisted Elon Musk's words to make it seem like the whole country of Egypt slam dunked on him.
Okay. Con man posed as homeless boy 14 to trick.
I'm
women
so
into
glad you
taking
picked
him
this
in
one
and
because
enroll in school.
I really wanted to find out what this one was about.
So, after police investigated 14-year-old Owen Thomas, they found a complex web of lies told by a 21-year-old former high school football star, Abby Holmes. A man posing as a homeless boy managed to enroll in school and dupe a woman into taking him in, police allege. According to reports, a woman took in homeless teenager Owen Thomas and enrolled him at Baldwin County High School.
At Baldwin County.
Yep.
Yikes.
Solid journalism there, boys.
This is already obviously fake news.
Milledgeville, Georgia. Wow.
I don't know. Well, who's to really say? This could be true.
Yeah.
They've just taken a picture of a black man and been like, "Look, man, it's a criminal," and the police
It
allege
could
it.
be. It very well
Right,
could
the
be.
police allege is warn. That's already warning signs.
Mm.
Police allege.
Yeah.
Like they don't allege shit.
Yeah.
That's not what the police do. They
allege-
say things
they are
when it's
meant
like
to-
the truth.
Yeah. So, he's a 21-year-old former high school football star with a series of prior convictions. What convictions? Who knows?
Just prior
Who
convictions.
knows? Who knows? Police were called to
Hardened
the woman's
criminal.
house to deal with an unruly juvenile. He found Holmes and the woman arguing on the street. Deputy Tao reported Owen stated that the woman was trying to take away his school laptop because he had disrespected her. I love this look of like.
This is just a happy
Uh-oh,
looking man.
caught me.
It's not even a
Oh,
mugshot.
well.
It's just a picture of a man.
Oh, outstanding. I determined that Owen.
He's a picture of a school.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing here.
Holmes had no previous connection with the woman he was staying with, and the motive for the bizarre alleged deception is unclear.
This is like 5 o'clock on a Friday. Fuck, I just want to go home.
Oh, I haven't met my quota of articles for the
Exactly.
week.
Yeah, I just need to write some fiction.
So apparently, he was a football star in the Metro Atlanta area, and he got scouted to join Georgia Military College football team. He was expelled before he got the chance to take the field, and ended up spending a year on probation. Again, whatever that is, who knows? Yeah, and they basically said that Holmes gave for his mother also yielded no results. The mother is listed as I don't know how to say that name. Tiona Jones on the application with a birthday of 1960. They were unable to find any results on her. However, the laptop that Holmes was issued by Baldwin County High School for virtual learning has since been returned to the school. So don't worry.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So,
What do we think?
Horseshit.
I love how unclear this whole. There's no motivation.
There's no facts in this. There's
apparently
nothing
just
here.
previous.
They've just taken two pictures of a school and a picture of a man, and then just written a story.
I do get the feeling that could be a few of these articles.
Yeah.
Just here's 3 pictures. What can we tie them together with?
Again, I didn't vet any of these. So
Have you gone to like deliberately like not very reputable places? Or I'm looking through. Some of these are like there's a Huffington Post here.
Yeah, I mean, I think
It's a mix.
I said
They're
there's a
I
good.
said-
they're at
looked at,
least
like, a lot
real.
of just-
There's independent.
There's a good mix of.
Yeah.
articles. Yeah.
Hang on, there's hang on. There's Huffington Post, and then there's just a HuffPost.
Yeah.
it's the same website, isn't it? Just
HuffingtonPost.co.uk is the UK, and then HuffPost is the
HuffPost.
Universal. Also, that's a US.
Is it
version.
actually called HuffPost? Okay.
HuffPost is the US one. Huffington Post is .co.uk, is the UK one. No, you're worried about that. Anyway, you've got more stories to pick.
The New Mutants isn't just bad; it's surprisingly racist.
let's get
Now I have to,
right
I
into
have
the news.
Now, I do have to say that this one I didn't find when looking for weird stories, but it just kind of popped up, and I was like, I've got to add this one to the list. It just kind of came to me, this one, fortunately. But yeah, we have.
Is the New Mutants out yet?
It came out at the end of
Yeah.
August, right? Like very recently.
This article
Okay.
is made by J.M. McNabb, and the picture for J.M. McNabb is intelligible. Is this a man or a woman? I have no idea. So we're just gonna have to call him this.
And this is on a website called Cracked, by the
Now-
way, which I've never heard of. but-
They have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's kind of like What Culture.
That's a
but
good start.
I think the American version, and it's
It's a bit Watch Mojo-y.
Watch Mojo-y is how I would describe it. I'd also say that I've heard many things about the New Mutants movie about it not being good, but racist is something that I have not heard.
This is the first I've heard
Yet.
of this.
Yes, which is why I was very fascinated by this article. So, as further evidence that the world really just couldn't be any worse right now, the current #1 movie at the US box office is The New Mutants, the critically lambasted last gasp of Fox's X-Men franchise. The film was made in 2017 and had a production history more turbulent than a plane ride with Harrison Ford.
Hey.
Funny joke. The film... No, I've just read that bit. The story about a group of young mutants. Okay, I don't want to hear about any of this.
It's all spoilers anyway.
I don't care. I want to know why it's
Spoilers
racist.
for a movie that no one particularly cares about.
The movie came out, and unsurprisingly, it sounds pretty not awesome. This is so American. It's so very... It's pretty not awesome, guys. Come on. One critic described it as fun as a warm can of diet soda. That's a good line.
Okay.
Such a
Also features
description.
more randomly racist lines of dialogue than you might expect for our comic book horror movies for teens dropping in 2020. I can't wait to hear these quotes.
I
Heritage
hope that I don't know if they're even going to be in there.
Danny
with
Newstar,
the history of
original
articles we've gone
superhero
through.
who becomes Mirage in the comics. Now, it's great that Danny's the star of the movie, but her heritage is unfortunately the subject of repeated pot shots from Ileana, who calls her Pocahontas and Standing Rock, leaving crafts a baffling insult involving buffalo wings. You know what this sounds like? We get that Ileana is supposed to be the dick here. So she's supposed to be mean. And it's kind of like saying, like, well, yeah, she's a bully, but, like, come on, guys.
That's not allowed. You
I
can't
think
have bullies.
Bullies in my school would have stopped right there and been like, I do want to belittle you, but I don't want to take this to a race place.
Yeah, it's just
come
like,
on, guys.
being mean and being racist are not the same thing.
That's like saying The Producers is a great movie made by Mel Brooks, but Hitler's in it, and he said some nice things about the Nazis, and that's not okay in 2020. Nazis being positive about the Nazi race, that's a bit racist. I think we've progressed past that point. It's like making the movie The Green Mile, where you have one with the taxi driver, and like people like hurling racist insult at him, be like, come on, guys. Yeah, they're all supposed to be racists in the movie, but I don't think we should be
racism
making this movie in 2020. I think it is good to have movies with racism in them to show that it is a bad thing, because otherwise you need to be able to teach that lesson to people.
That's very true.
Yeah. Even more.
But it doesn't mean her
point,
attempts to antagonize Danny need to be manifested as put-downs that seem plucked from a 50-year-old Don Ricky's routine.
What would you like her? Your hair's fucking messy, and you look
You're
like shit.
fat.
It's anything you're gonna say. If you've got such an obvious thing for people to insult and you're not insulting it, it's just gonna seem weird that they're kind of dancing around the topic. It's odd. Also, she asked Danny to show them where Daddy touched you, and wouldn't want to make light of sexual abuse minors. Now, is this movie set in a mental asylum where probably a lot of people with issues would be? So I would actually expect this in this movie.
It's more just representation, as opposed to like poor script writing of like not cool, not very, not suitable
comics
for film.
So they've also been accusing them of whitewashing, which is fair enough. That's pretty.
I mean that I
pretty
do remember
empirical.
hearing. I mean, that's basically every movie these days.
And also,
like,
they whitewashed the character.
because Hollywood is
Henry Saga as Sunspot, and the person who was talking about it said that in the comic books, Roberto's rich dad was black. And the quote from the director is, "I didn't really care about the racism I've heard about in Brazil, about light skin versus dark skin. I wanted someone who could look like a guy with a silver spoon in his mouth, who really looks like a rich dad." And to be fair, looking at the actor, he does look Brazilian. So, and I don't think just because you have a black dad or a white mum doesn't mean that you're going to be able to. There's not a proportionate scale, I don't think. But yeah, I think
that is
bad though.
that is quite bad.
That is quite bad. I thought it was this guy, not this guy.
I don't know. Also, that comic book booby drawing is that artist needs to go back to the booby drawing class. Those boobies are terrible.
They don't look attached. They look like
they look about as attached to the shoulder pads.
Two balls on.
It's just balls. Balls isn't boobs.
I do have to say, like, do we really need to hit down on the New Mutants, which is already, from what I hear, a terrible movie? Do we really need to hit down?
So the problem with this one is that I can't decide if it's fake news or not because A, haven't seen the film. B, it's an opinion.
Yeah, it is.
They're saying that it's bad that it's racist, even though it seemed to imply that the badness was in a bad character.
Yeah.
Which is like saying movies can't have bad things in them.
Yeah, we can't.
Which is a bit ridiculous.
You can't touch any
but
of
again,
history.
Haven't seen the film, so I'm gonna say nothing today.
This is another non-article. This isn't news.
It's a non-article. Right. First of all, it's a nothing article.
Yeah.
But I can't dispute whether or not it's real.
Yeah, I think I agree with the final point. I don't agree with the first point. Put it at yellow, which is didn't need to be made really.
No.
Don't think anyone's clamouring for that. Anyway,
weirdos watching tutorials to shapeshift into animals for dark reason.
It's so ominous, and I'm so excited to find out what the dark.
What are these dark reasons?
I love this. This is a podcast of just indulging in clickbait. I love it.
Some of these are just so tantalising. Like, what is the dark reason, and why is it so bad that we can't mention it?
Well, they can't mention it so that you'll click it.
Yeah, that's how clickbait works, Chris.
Videos on the YouTube channel Therian Subliminals promises to turn listeners into animals. But what really is the point of it all?
To turn into animals.
What? But
you just stated.
There is no deeper meaning.
I swear to God, if this article doesn't give me a dark reason, I am going to be so fuming.
We're going to boycott the Daily Star.
So, thousands of weirdos are watching online tutorials on how to shapeshift into animals, and it fears it's due to a rising desire for sex with animals. I have an alternative.
It's meant to be on Mum's Net.
No, this is the Daily Star. I'd like to do an alternative suggestion. Furries.
I mean, we already have you don't have to call them weirdos. Yeah. That's just call them furries.
What they are. They're furries.
Yeah, you don't have to be mean about it. Just call them furries. They call themselves furries.
Now,
thousands of weirdos.
The video that tries to turn listeners into wolves has more than 160,000 views. Of course, the wolf one is gonna. The only one that I think could maybe
the wolf
compete
one,
is a fox one.
I mean, with
people
Beastars being the show that it is today,
rabbits.
Of course, people are watching the wolf.
I think the overlap between Beastars viewers and people who've watched this video is a perfect circle.
It's just a circle.
It's supposed to be a Venn diagram, but there is no.
There are just two perfectly overlaying circles.
What's the picture, man? What's he here for?
Who is this man?
So this is some comments from the video. I have a weird question, and I don't really know why I even thought of this, but if you could get pregnant in wolf form, do you get pregnant in the human form?
That's a really valid question.
That's a question that I think science is too afraid to answer right now.
These are the articles I want to be reading, not listening.
His co-presenter, Kit Gerger, added, or just to bang a wolf. Which, this is the YouTube comment section. You just automatically have to assume that 95% of this is bullshit, and the other 5% is 10-year-old children who have stumbled in.
That say first.
Yeah. Yeah. If this is the way that you want to feel good about yourself and gain confidence and grow your self-esteem, go wild. Go crazy. As long as you're not hurting anyone or damaging yourself, I'm all for it. Rory Power.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
The bizarre question got mixed responses from other listeners. One said, I thought of the same question. It was a shower thought. No need to worry. But another said, lol, I'm dizzy from laughing. These are some mixed responses here.
What a fucking article.
Now, what is the dark reason, or the dark
It's
reason?
about
behind it?
sex.
Is it just that? That's it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Man, we're so used to the internet, we've become desensitized to bestiality. That's not dark, that's just normal.
Many appear to be school children, with the most popular video being for wolf transformations, followed by ones for cat shape-shifting at 46,000.
I'm baffled by who thinks they can watch a video and turn into an animal?
Oh, it's like those videos of those people who tried to go Super Saiyan
Also-
by just
But that's
screaming at
them
the
doing
camera.
Also,
No, that's them doing it. That
Yeah,
makes
but
at least a little bit like
the
I'm going to try and turn Super Saiyan. Watch me, as opposed to
Yeah.
watch this video and you will turn Super Saiyan.
the
That doesn't make
creator has
any
been
sense.
forced to ban requests for online tutorials that are sexual, evil, demonic, beauty/appearance, or mind control. Thank you.
One of those things is not like the other.
I just want to argue, but when it comes to transforming into a wolf, I would think appearance would be the number one thing.
It's a core portion.
If I was going to turn into an animal, it'd just be like, I just want to take the mental traits of the animal. I feel like it's not really
yikes.
shape-shifting then, is it?
No, it's imagination. It's just.
I love
This
they
is
also
nothing.
responded to the shape-shifting pregnancies with, I have no idea. I haven't really thought about that. Maybe. I have no idea what would happen when you shift back, though. I love the guy has been content to be like, excuse me, are you trying to demonically sexually corrupt our children with your evil mind control? And he's like, no. And it's like, and what would happen if one of these children got impregnated by an animal? And he's just like, I've not really thought about that. I don't know.
The thing is, he can't just go, look, I'm just putting these videos up to make money.
Look,
This because
Look, man, idiots watch this. It's easy to
It's
do.
got
he can't say that, though, can he?
100,000
Because he's got
views,
to keep the vibe, the thing up of like, yeah, this video will definitely turn you into an
He's
animal.
got to keep the pretense up.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is it fake news?
We have to define fake news. Is fake news literally making up the entire thing?
I don't think.
Or
I think as long as there is some amount of, as long as
Google fake news.
Look,
Google the definition.
This is your grading system, Jamie. Fake news can be what you want it to be.
Okay, well, I want us to Google fake news
Fake news.
and read the definition.
Definition. On the Cambridge English Dictionary. False stories that appear to be news, spread on the internet or using other media, usually created to influence political views or as a joke.
So we need to be looking at more political things.
Or
and
as
then
a
maybe
joke.
we can find... Okay, well this wasn't funny enough to be a joke.
Well, it's true. I think.
That's the problem.
I think.
Also,
they
I
believe-
can
Is it
100%
political?
believe that this is real.
Is there a political bias behind this article?
I mean,
would-
the only political bias is calling furries weirdos,
guys.
but that's not really political.
Let's get rid of the political question because none of these are political. I'm just going to say, apart from some about silly things politicians have said.
I did see a couple.
Yeah.
But I would say, really, we want to look at: is it a joke that they've made the article, or is the person being disingenuous? Have they made an article like the Elon Musk one? Isn't a joke, but it's disingenuous in its.
Okay, right. This is disingenuous as hell because it is evident that.
No,
right,
I think this is written by a mum And I think they legitimately do think this is satanic.
Just literally leaping to sex reasons, and
Yeah.
that's the, like. I mean, right? I'm not a subset of the people watching these videos. Sure, probably want to fuck a wolf or two.
Yeah.
However, crucially, not all of them.
Yeah.
Some people just want to be wolves. Let them want to be wolves.
Let 'em be
So
wolves.
try and be wolves
I think
by watching videos.
I can't say anything here, but I would say it's true
This
just
is
because
false.
there are some weird.
Well, fine, yeah. All right, true.
Doesn't need to be one. It doesn't need to be true. It just needs to be the intent was that they thought it was true. I think.
The ducks have won.
The ducks
French
have
court
won!
says they may keep on quacking.
Yes. This one's quite a nice one. This is quite a palate cleanser.
This is a feel-good one more
Yeah.
than a...
So basically, some neighbours. So these ducks were apparently a problem to the neighbours.
Fuck off with the ducks a problem.
Because they were making too much noise, and it was bothering
That's what
the
ducks
neighbours.
do!
Yeah.
Listen to the quacks. Appreciate the quacks.
Yeah.
Move on with your day.
She has 60 ducks, which I've been in a field
Man,
with
Dominique
hundreds of ducks.
knows
and I can
what's
tell
up.
you, it will be. It's fine. It's fine.
They're not
I
that
have
noisy.
I have a rooster in my backyard, and one rooster is probably louder than 60 ducks.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm telling you now.
Dominique's neighbour argued that the duck's noise exceeded the
$4
permissible level.
grand. She wanted $4 grand off of her.
Shoot the noise.
What do you mean? What? Like,
Just sound-
silence half the ducks?
I want you to soundproof your field.
Man, your ducks are too loud.
Have you
bitch.
ever
Turn them
been
off.
in a pond and suddenly been deafened by the onset of ducks quacking?
Just, man, I'm loving this park. I'm loving the bench. I'm loving the views. I wish these ducks would shut the fuck up.
It's like, how loud can these ducks honestly be?
How loud?
I have been in buildings with hundreds of ducks in them, and this has not been that loud. Compared to cattle, sheep, and any other livestock I've come across, it's
Literally
not that
anything
loud.
else. They
No.
might be the quietest animal.
They might be. They're not quiet. They just
They're
make a low constant.
It's
noise.
right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a noise, but it's not a loud noise. It's a lovely, quiet
yeah.
noise.
I'd say it is.
It's not like a
twice
goose
the
or a
volume
swan.
of a babbling brook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Okay. But it's a lovely noise.
Yeah. The ducks have won. I'm very happy.
The
because I
ducks
didn't
have
want
won,
to slaughter-
motherfucker.
That
Wait, the other
can't-
option was to slaughter
Well,
all of the ducks.
I feel like it can't have been to slaughter them.
Could you not just sold them to someone else? Is that not an option in France? So they just...
Nah, mate. My ducks, my problem.
Also,
I
the
have to-
neighbour
I have
moved
to
to
shotgun
the
them all.
city a year ago. So he's not even been in the house.
Yeah, it's just like he owns the house as like a countryside retreat, and he doesn't want to hear the
He
countryside.
comes home for his countryside retreat. It's like, fuck, these ducks are noisy. I need to go back to my city.
I need to
He
go
also
back to
did-
traffic jams and
They
police
tried to-
police
a person tried
cars.
to sue a separate person to silence a rooster named Maurice.
This guy just doesn't understand the
Stunning name.
nature.
Stunning name.
Maurice,
This man just don't like animals.
along with Dominique's 60 ducks. Don't give a shit.
Wow. Well, I think
I can
that's
believe
all,
this.
That's pretty much all. It's just some
That-
As depressing as it is, there are absolutely 100% people in this world who would hear a pond filled with lovely ducks and go, I'm suing you.
I'm assuming that's a green. That's a green. I don't think I need
That's
to
a
ask.
green.
No.
That's a green.
That's a green. Oh.
Southampton has almost 1,400 Jedis as Star Wars popularity soars.
Oh, I feared it was going to be the taxidermy one.
I was close to, yeah. So, right, when was this festival?
This was in 2016, so it would have been when the
Right.
census happened. I reckon.
So this is Rogue
yeah,
One
that's a good
kind
point.
of times as well.
Yeah, this
Star
is
Wars popularity did not soar in 2016.
No, you'd
Um,
had The Force Awakens before
Yeah,
the
I
year
know,
before,
but it wasn't
so-
good, so...
No, but a lot of people
Why
there was
would
a lot of
popularity
there was a
soar?
lot of hype around it.
So it was 400 people, and then it soared by an additional 1,000 people at the release of The Force Awakens, where they declared themselves as Jedis each week.
Southampton.
Yeah. Southampton.
I don't know how big Southampton is, but 1,400 Jedis out of the total population is quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's
So-so.
it's also got Leeds 2,812, Brighton and Hove 2,636, Bristol 2,310, and Birmingham
I can believe all these ones.
2,238. Southampton is the 10th most popular cities for Jedi. So if any of our viewers are single Jedis looking for their Obi-Wan Kenobi,
They're
Southampton's a
Obi-Wan.
good place.
They're Obi-Wan!
They're
Why
Obi-Wan.
did you... Oh,
Can't believe
you
I
had
didn't-
you had a shot
can't
there.
believe it.
You
I'm embarrassed.
wasted that.
Wow. I'm in a
Christ.
suit. I'm not made for jokes today. I'm made for news.
We're taking this very seriously.
I'm
This
taking
is
this
meant to
very
be serious. We're trying to decide the truth.
Yeah.
It's out there. We have to decide where it is.
We've just
An
got to
ancient-
filter through.
An ancient church was founded by Daniel Jones in 2008.
Ancient. Very
Oh.
ancient.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Members of the church must complete a short training program and subscribe to the newsletter. You can rise up through the order and choose to go on to be a minister after further training of the Jedi Code. And how
I'm
to
pretty sure they
properly-
mean master.
Do you think it's a
Yeah.
self-fulfilling prophecy? Because it's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Have we accidentally started Star Wars? Is this where it ends?
What?
In the Star Wars
Just by
movies?
making a...
It's
Because we made the Star... Are we going to have the Star
Someone's
Wars?
got to figure out the Force. Shit.
Now, they do want to stress they do not believe the Star Wars storylines are true, but they simply want to take inspiration from the films and the actions of the characters, which I think is very wholesome.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah,
That's healthy.
A lot of Jediism is just sort of like be good to each other, and
Yeah.
don't
Balance and everything.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a proper religion that I say would be similar. It's probably Jainism. That's all
Yeah.
about
Yes.
being good to other people. I think it is. I think that is the nicest religion. From somebody who did a module all
Yeah.
about religions at university, I think that is the nicest religion. And the man who ran the temple was a very lovely gentleman. And he gave me...
Yeah, Jainism's just chill as shit. I mean, Buddhism as a whole, because Jainism is like a
Well,
offspring of Buddhism, isn't it?
somewhat. They're kind of like... They're somewhat related, but they're not directly linked to one another. But I don't
Okay.
think they'd be mutually exclusive either.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
You've got a lot.
Right. Saddam Hussein has been put up for sale on Wish, and he'll only cost you £15.
Where,
This is one of my ones. We finally hit one. We had to fight.
where is
Damn, that's good odds.
I'm trying to find... What was the first letter of it?
It's
S.
number 49.
Number 49.
What's the first letter?
No,
Saddam
it's because I was
Hussein.
looking at S's. But I was looking for SU, not SA. So I was like, there's no
Sudan.
S.
No, it's not Sudan.
Only cost you £15. Wow. Bemused internet shoppers had to do a double take after apparently being offered the chance to purchase a former Iraqi dictator, Saddam Hussein, for a bargain price of £15. Wow.
This is what I almost don't want to read the rest of. I want this to be true.
He was conspicuously listed alongside the sale for Lego sets, Animal Crossing dolls, and raincoats. All things that I associate with Saddam Hussein. He loved his Animal Crossing.
I can believe that.
His favourite villager was Rover, I believe.
You think?
Yeah, really into Rover.
I don't know enough about Saddam Hussein or Animal Crossing to comment.
Yeah. Unfortunately for bargain hunters, the unprecedented interest had already pushed the price up of the long-serving president to £22 by mid-morning, after more than 10 were sold.
Wait, 10 of him were sold?
Yeah. One Nathan Vickery tweeted, "Can't believe the US spent all that time going after Saddam Hussein when they could have ordered him off Wish for $20. As another person said, "Wow, these Wish ads are getting scarily accurate. I've always wanted my own Saddam Hussein."
Shit. So what was it? Do they have any information
Yeah.
about what actually?
What's
you got
going on
when you
here?
paid for this?
I don't know. It's in fact a listing for a fine art print of Saddam being offered in 2 different sizes.
So it's just a picture of Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, a framed picture. It's a paint ready for hanging or framing.
The second I found out that it was Wish doing this,
Mm.
I immediately can believe it, because Wish are all about doing dumb shit
Yeah.
to stay relevant. That's their MMO.
Don't worry, guys. Stan fans who missed out on the poster have a number of other projects to choose from, including phone cases, t-shirts and caps, all emblazoned with the face of the brutal dictator who was responsible for the deaths of around 250,000 people. What a way to end an article.
Mm.
Just a reminder, he did kill a
250,000
250,000 people.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Snakes with legs could return to Earth any time due to a Sonic the Hedgehog game. Does that say game? Oh, Gene. Okay.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Let's dive into that one.
Hell yeah. I didn't know whether you'd like this one, but I thought I might as well put some science stuff on here. Snakes could sprout legs and roam the earth any moment. It could be now. It's happened.
It could be happening right now.
Any moment!
Oh wow.
If you have a snake, stay vigilant.
Yeah. Keep an eye out for those legs.
You never
Boffins
know
say
when the
the
legs will
Sonic
go.
Hedgehog gene needed to grow limbs still exists in snakes, but that a mutation in the enhancer which controls its activation prevents it from flicking to the on position. In lizards, Sonic Hedgehog stays on and activates as the motor, driving limb development all the way down into the fingers and the toes.
Why is it called Sonic the Hedgehog gene when Sonic the Hedgehog
Is a video
was a
game
hedgehog?
character.
Or
Because
more importantly,
it's all about leg speed, isn't it?
Yeah, but he was a hedgehog, not a reptile. I'm sure there are fast
I think the gene
reptiles
probably
in.
exists in hedgehogs as well. I don't think they'd overlook that element.
It's
Yeah.
probably where they found
I love
it.
the confidence with which you. Nah, I'm sure it exists
I'm
in
sure.
hedgehogs, definitely.
Science isn't that stupid.
One
No,
user
the nerds
claimed
aren't
they
that
saw
weird.
a 20-centimetre snake with legs. Another said they'd seen a dead snake with legs.
I
I've
believe
seen
that's
those
called a
pictures.
lizard.
It's called a lizard, chaps. I'm just.
Oh no, it's just got the one leg there. It's right there.
It's just the
It's
one
just the
leg,
one.
actually.
It's just the one leg, actually.
Reveal a whole new evolutionary cycle is no longer necessary for this phenomenon to occur, as DNA already contains the genes required. Snakes just waiting for the right variables to trigger the development according to how stuff works. Wow.
I'm
Well.
pretty sure the snakes are all good, thank you.
Well,
With
no.
slithering about.
Mm.
You don't see them like dying, or they're fine. They're doing it.
They're doing it.
I
I
don't
think.
know. Do I believe this? Right. Well, hang on.
Yeah.
Snakes with legs could return to Earth at any time. No.
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 No. Anyway, what's next on your list?
Okay, we've got to find something contentious because a lot of these I'm just like, yeah, I guess, yeah.
I don't know, you don't need to find something contentious. I think the idea.
Man fined $450 pounds for provocative fart in front of police officers.
Ooh.
This is another one of mine.
Yeah.
Damn.
No. Man. fine.
It seems Matt went to the Metro.
I went a few different places.
Yeah.
Sure. You've had 5 articles and 2 of them are from the Metro.
So, the numbers already changing. A man in Vienna has been fined nearly £500
Nearly
for farting
500.
provocatively in front of police officers.
I suppose 450 is nearly 500. They're not wrong.
Well, Austrian
Wait, no, the
police-
number changed again. It's
Yeah.
actually 447.
Yeah.
447.
So it is fake news.
This is also the shortest article in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
Jesus
literally
Christ.
5
So-
paragraphs.
Basically, all he says is that Austrian police were forced to defend the penalty after the newspaper revealed the man had been punished for offending public decency on June 5th. The officers argued that the offender was uncooperative and behaving provocatively with officers leading up to the incident. They wrote on Twitter that the man had been sitting on a park bench before getting up, looking at them, and letting go a massive intestinal wind, apparently with full intent.
This
Of
is
course.
absolute horseshit.
No
Of course.
one was reported for
This is
accidentally letting
absolute
him go.
horseshit.
And he's been fined £440.
No, he hasn't. He doesn't exist. None of this is
apparently he's got like so long in court until his court appeal to claim back the 450 quid.
What police officer arrests a man for farting?
Well, I imagine he got arrested for something else.
I think.
But then-
Well,
what
they
got
just said no.
fined-
They just said he was sitting on a bench and then was like.
Or it was
having
just
a
that,
fart.
or it was just that like, he was like winding the police officers up and like antagonising them. And
I
provoking
think you'll
them.
find that it was a provocative fart and not an ordinary one. It might explain things. I don't know. I don't know whether it's a lie. Because why lie? Why lie about this?
It's a lie.
It's such a weird
It's a lie.
story.
It was like 200 words
Wow.
and no real provable facts.
Yeah, there was no citations, no.
Well, I mean, they did reference one like Austrian paper that you won't Google. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got one. Or I've immediately found one. Mysterious cigar-shaped alien asteroid still harboring extraterrestrial technology.
Well, don't
Are we
worry,
back
this
on the aliens? Is it going to be the same guy again?
It's not the same author.
It's Oumuamua. Yay! Our favourite cigar-shaped alien asteroid.
Yes. Has been a subject.
Oumuamua.
Fierce debate, and a new paper added mounting evidence the spaceship may harbour alien technology. Crazy.
Let's have a read.
Yeah. It has been shrouded in mystery since it entered the solar system several years ago. It's the first interstellar object ever found in the Milky Way and was first spotted in October 2017 by the University of Hawaii's telescope. A long cigar-shaped rock is spinning and accelerating at phenomenal speed, known as non-gravitational acceleration, which scientists are baffled as to why. One theory is that it is an alien craft that was roundly dismissed. Dr. Avi Loeb, a Harvard University astrophysicist, believes the rock is propelled technology known as a light sail fueled by solar radiation. Or it could be from some unexplored natural phenomena. Now, Dr.
One of
Douglas
those two
Lynn,
is more likely than, well, more reasonable than the other. Well, actually, I don't know. To be fair, a natural phenomena in another part of the universe is just as likely as an alien spaceship, to be honest.
Yeah. Apparently,
That's a good quote.
somebody said, one person said that it's got immense tidal forces that tore it from its parent's body as it passed close to its host star before ejecting it into outer space. Alternatively, it is a fast-moving UFO, causing it.
Hang on, what's the what? They haven't. They just said it. They found it was
So
accelerating.
it sounds like
mysteriously,
it's accelerating towards somewhere where it wouldn't.
But it came in and fucked off basically immediately,
No,
and now we can't see it
It's
anymore.
still, it's apparently still in the solar system.
The solar system's
Enormous.
So yeah, like that it will be in the solar system for thousands of years, but it's like miles away.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near Earth.
And
it's
it's
nowhere near
already,
Jupiter.
and it sounds like it's already bending back away out of the solar system.
Yeah, it came in like down and then like went off that way.
Yeah.
So people are saying it's accelerating.
But the fact that it's like there's non-gravity, like as in it's accelerating not due to gravity, which is the questionable thing.
I'm just trying to find the bit where it says where we're talking about the new paper.
It mentioned the dude, right? It mentioned Dr. Avi something.
Well, apparently, it is scheduled to have its first light next year. So the light from the sun will hit it next year, which will give us a better view of the asteroid.
Next year? Wait, it's in 2021.
Yeah, well, next light year, but next year we'll be able to see it from the light
What?
from our sun.
Next light year?
Yeah.
Light
That's
years
how-
a distance, Christopher.
Yes,
Light years
I
are
know.
not time, so how does that work?
It is scheduled to have its first light next year.
Yes, as in the light
Yeah, but
from
then
the sun.
as if to clarify whatever you were saying, you said next light year, which doesn't make sense.
That does not make sense.
It says it's just what it says here. I'm just reading.
No, it isn't.
No,
what
it's
it
not
says
what
here.
that
It didn't
says.
say that. It didn't say that at all. It
Sure,
said the
you
opposite
guys-
of that.
You guys are just
You can
talking
tell
about some
who
fake
did
news
the
here.
archaeology degree and who didn't.
You guys are
No,
spouting
no,
some
that's not a
fake-ass
defence.
news.
That's not a defence. What you studied at university is not a defence for not knowing that a light year is.
I do know a
Fuck
light
off.
year is the distance light travels in a year.
So
I
why
just-
did
I
Whatever.
thought, the fact that light's going to hit it in a year and it's travelling a light year towards when the light will hit it. There's a light
That's not
year's
what it
distance
said.
away.
that would
That's
just
what
put it a light year
I
away
just
from
read
the
it wrong,
sun.
okay, guys? I'm not. It doesn't
I'm
need to be
just
a big
confused,
deal.
man. I'm sorry I
It doesn't
read
be a
it
big
wrong.
Deal. I'm sorry I read it wrong. Didn't realise you were fucking lynching people today. Jesus. I prepared all these articles for you, and then you just attacked me. Jesus.
Unbelievable. Well, you're fake
Unbelievable.
newsing by reading it all wrong. So
You're
really,
fake
all the
news.
fake news.
This is fake.
We didn't even decide if it was real or not.
It
Look
doesn't
at that.
talk about
I-
the extra
honestly,
terrestrial technology it's harbouring from
It
the
didn't
new-
say
could
anything,
be
just said
real.
it was going quick.
I'm kind of it could be. We'll wait and see next
Show
year.
it to a
That it's
yellow.
It's undefinable yet because we can't see it.
We could see it though. We had a look at it. I remember people saying that they did like observations of it and could not detect any like radiation coming out of it whatsoever.
Well, that's
No,
just one
but it is-
paper.
Yeah, but it's also,
Implying it was
it's
just a
also
rock.
like so far away that you're probably going to struggle to do that. Like, how do we really know that
Oh, fuck.
our tests
I don't really know
for
life
things that
exists
far
as
away
well.
are actually work as the tests that they're designed to be?
Anyway, pick a new one.
That one's too
Jeremy
controversial.
Vine, sorry for cannabis mix-up during interview with Scotland's oldest bagpipe.
Oh yeah, this is a
Okay.
yeah. I'm gonna guess. I'm not even reading it yet. I don't think this is gonna be true.
No, I think this is a misconstruing of
Radio
words.
2 presenter told Billy McVie, 93, he had plenty of puff to spare if the musician ran out.
There we go. See, it's just taking
Puff
me
to spare.
double
He was-
meanings of words.
Jeremy Vine has apologised after giving some people the impression he was offering Scotland's oldest bagpipe player a shed load of cannabis.
The only people who would
Jeremy.
assume that was what he was saying are the people with the cannabis themselves.
Jeremy.
Like, so really, they've just outed themselves. It's not true. We can go on to another one. This is
Right, one thing, can I just
No, he's
can I
apparently.
just
there is
read?
a,
Can I just read? Vine
there is a
later
tweet.
apologised after being mad that his comments could be interpreted as meaning I've got a shed load of ganja.
that is a T-shirt. Just
Now I understand
Jeremy
that plenty
Vine.
of puff means I've got a shed load of ganja if you've smoked all of yours.
But right, I've seen a bit of the Jeremy Vine talk show. He does not talk like that.
Yeah.
No,
Also,
it's only the people who would refer to it as puff that are making that connection.
well, apparently McVie used to be addicted to heroin and is now has an international reputation for the scourge of drugs.
He's a bagpiper. What?
He's a bagpiper up by day, vigilante.
Have you not heard of his international reputation?
I'm the drug
I've
man.
never heard of this man in my life. I
the
saw
anti-drug
Jeremy
man.
Vine said funny things to Scotland. Told us about, if he was internationally recognised for his fucking talks about drugs, why isn't it Scotland's internationally recognised?
Why have we got to make it an age
awareness
thing? Why has it got to be an age thing?
Are we allowed to Google? I feel like we've set a precedent for just taking it at face value, deciding if it's real or not. But I do really want to find the clip.
Can we find the clip of him just saying?
It was during a live broadcast on Monday.
Also, is the tweet real? 'Cause
In
the tweet doesn't feel-
2019.
The tweet does not look. Did he literally do it? Because if he did literally just do it, then it's true.
Yeah. There it is.
That's Jeremy Vine. Yeah, it's real.
How absolutely
Unfortunately real.
ridiculous.
It's such a stupid story.
And then somebody else is saying, I think that it's actually offensive because puff could mean life, referring to the act of breathing. I think it was referring to the act of breathing, saying that if he was out of breath, that he was making a joke, guys. It's just a joke.
Sorry, that person who said, "Oh, I think that he actually meant what he actually meant."
How offensive that he told an old person that he had plenty of puff. Like, he's a bagpipe player. You don't think he gets this on a daily basis? But this is absolutely fake news. There's no mix-up. He's just apologised for a potential mix-up that he didn't even intentionally do.
No, it's people are making that connection. Not he. Like it wasn't.
I was going to say to those people, I think you know exactly how you can relax and chill out about this thing.
Yeah, I thought you were meant to be all chill. And
I've got plenty of puff if you need to calm down. Yeah.
George Lucas thinks fans missed the point.
You know what
of
I like?
Star Wars.
I like the fact that I put in a couple of sexual ones, and you've stayed very clear from those.
I did just read girls' eyelashes ripped out after double-ended dildo hits her at Bongo's bingo.
of course it did.
But yeah, exactly. Like
that's
I
not
think
that's
all
not
the
a surprising
sexual ones
story.
are just- they're just going
As
to
soon
be
as
real.
you add the words at Bongo's bingo, anything
Suddenly,
goes.
all bets are off.
It's easy to get carried away. This is by J.M. McNabb again. This is by somebody who thinks that somebody being a racist in a movie who is clearly a racist character is not
bad.
okay.
Is a bad
so
thing.
I'm excited to see what this is about to say. So, it's easy to get carried away obsessing over Star Wars, blah 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 blah. Recently, but it turns out that having an all-encompassing passion for everything Star Wars may actually contradict the point of Star Wars. Recently, Lucasfilm's creative arts manager Phil Solstack shared a 2005 quote from George Lucas, where he implored the crowd at Star Wars Celebration not to let his goofy space movies take over their lives, because they're supposed to be about the importance of leaving
How
home,
naive.
becoming an adult, and living life, which may have come as a shock to every adult in the audience still sleeping in Ewok bed sheets. You can't say that, J.M. That's offensive. That's offensive to Star Wars fans. You should pick a different joke that doesn't seclude different audiences. Jesus, I thought you, McNabb, would know one thing about inclusion from your previous statements. On one hand, Lucas' point makes a lot of sense. Then again, Star Wars has promoted countless fans to create their own works of art, connect with friends and romantic, and even advance real-life scientific research. I think what George Lucas is actually saying here is that he's basically just saying it's not saying you can't enjoy it.
Yeah, it's just don't make it your whole life.
Don't obsess over it.
Which is ultimately true for like any kind of media.
This is fake news.
I think when you see Iron Man, Iron Man, the whole point about Iron Man is that he's very self-centered. and that he has to kind of start living his life and going out there. So actually, if you obsess over the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you don't actually understand the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah, actually, to all you people sleeping in your Iron Man bedsheet still, you fucking adults, should feel ashamed.
You fucking troglodytes.
Don't worry. I mean, J.M. McNabb has made a point, but I am making my point that I can insult anyone, anytime, anyhow.
This is fake news. Because
the point that George Lucas is making is not the point of the article.
It's not the point of the article.
Also, the article makes me think that George Lucas made the statement recently, but he did this in 2005.
It's just that it's resurfaced.
15 years later.
It's just that someone has retweeted
this lazy
it.
cunt couldn't even fucking find an actual quote. He found a tweet of the quote.
Well, I imagine
from some random other person.
So someone who worked on the films, I imagine he's just tweeted it more recently to say, "Hey, look, this is what George Lucas said 15 years ago."
So late. Find the original quote. You're a journalist.
Why did he quote it in August 26th, 2020? Like, what Star Wars stuff was happening?
What's going on?
August 26th to probe this.
I mean,
what happened? Philip went to the store and was just like, fucking kids in Ewok costume, better fucking sort this out. Get on Twitter, I'll show those.
Fake.
He was trying to buy his brand new Ewok, and somebody brought the final one. It's like, people are obsessing over this franchise too much. I wanted that Ewok. I'm going to put out this quote now. Why is this quote happening now? I bloody
worked on the film. I owned an Ewok by now.
Phil, buddy, you know I love you. Why do you quote this on the 26th of August? Is there something happening? We are here for you, Phil. We're here for you. We'll support you. Just like if there's anything happening that you need to get off your chest, like it's okay, bud. Or maybe it's the fact that he's still getting harassment from the new Star Wars, and you know, as a creative arts person, you're just doing the concept arc of it, you know. So like, you shouldn't be getting any shit. In fact, a lot of the stuff in the conceptual stages is really good for the Star Wars movies. I think just the draft they went for was absolutely
isn't it just like a universally agreed thing now that every single concept for the 9th film is better than the one they went with?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely sure of that.
Okay.
Yeah. This is lies and fake.
Fake
Big
news.
Red. No.
Big Red.
No. Oh, Florida man. I love a good Florida man.
I did put in one Florida man.
Sentenced to 40 years for plotting to bomb Target stores to disrupt stock price. This man's played one too many GTA 5 games.
This man. If someone has to die so I can make some money, so be it, Mark Charles Barnett allegedly said.
I love Florida. Oh, what a place.
I love the loopholes. Just like, I need to disrupt the stock prices so I can earn money. I could rob the place. Or I could plant bombs in several Target stores and blow them up. And they'll never notice the fact that I've just brought a load of stocks in Target just beforehand. And it's rocketed up. He was 50, attempted arson, possession of unregistered destructive device, and making an unregistered destructive device. Now, I am all for
blowing up Target stores.
No.
I mean, it's in the name. They are just a target.
Target.
I am all for taking pictures of the evidence. But why we got to do the Betty Crocker's brand so hard by having, even though there are various breakfast bars and pastas and stuffing mixes you use, you've singled out Betty Crackers. Could have taken that out.
I think
cut out
the police were trying to disrupt Betty Crocker with stock prices.
Bet they saw a hit after this.
Yeah.
You see, the thing that went wrong for Mark is that he offered another person $10,000 to place the bombs inside the food packages and put them in the Target stores for him in Florida, Virginia, and New York.
$10,000 is not enough to do
Barnett,
that.
my dude. First off, he had at least 10 improvised explosives, but like, if you're gonna do it,
Look
man,
at the forehead on that
have the
chap.
balls to do it yourself, man. Like, there's
Why
gonna
has he
be
got
tracked
no top
back to
on?
you if you've paid someone, then they do it. It's not. It's not any less obvious that it's happened, and he's gonna sell you out if he gets caught. Like,
Why doesn't he have a top on in his mugshot?
Yeah.
Why is there no top? Did he use his top to make the bombs?
I think he went in and he was like, "I'm getting my mugshot taken. I want it without the shirt, please. Take it off."
Beach body ready, guys. Now's my chance.
He's also a registered sex offender.
Of course. Florida has the highest, by some margin, has the highest percentage of sex offenders. Also he's a sex offender.
Oh,
There's more sex offenders in Florida than any other US state. An insane.
It has to be green.
It's got to be true.
Oh, yeah, it's Florida.
All Florida man.
I think
true.
to save on internet resources and time, maybe just clarify on the Florida men who have not got sex offender charges in their past.
Don't even talk to me about the sex offenders. Whatever.
I will assume yes. What more?
Do we want to do maybe one or two more, and then?
Yeah.
Why don't you do one, and then me and
I did see End of the World in all caps, so.
We'll pick. Oh, there's only one in all.
2020 prediction: End of the world, Putin assassination, tsunami in the new year.
Which one? What number is that?
7.
Oh, yeah.
7. That's right there. This one's good. Yeah, well, us two will pick our favourite ones, and then we will wrap it up. So
do
you
don't
guys
pick
know
this one,
who Baba Vanga
campaign to
Absolutely
change
not.
the name of Fire Ants to Spicy Boys gathers pace.
That was the one I was thinking of using for mine. So we'll get to that one in a minute.
We'll get to that.
So,
I don't know who. I feel like I might know who Baba.
Is it like Baba Yaga and like
No,
that
it's-
kind of thing?
It's not
so
like
they
Baba.
are they're from the Balkans, and they've predicted a lot of stuff in the past, and they're known as the Balkan Nostradamus. Has also mispredicted a load of other things as well. Has he got a 100% track record? Because they do send out a lot of predictions, but this is apparently the latest ones. I wanted to get Baba Vanga in here because, you know, seen Baba Vanga on the news a number of times. Got to give them some respect, you know. So, here are her 2020 visions. As we all know, Baba Vanga has a track record of having some things right. I don't know the percentage, so take all of this as absolute certainty for the rest of this year. So, they are Bulgarian mystic, and thanks to her supposed powers of clairvoyance, the blind seer posthumously shot to fame in the year 2000 after the sinking of Russian submarine Kursk, an event many conspiracy theorists claim Baba Vanga predicted before her death. During her life, Baba Vanga was also believed by many to have the power to commune with the dead.
Wait, hang on. She's dead now.
Yeah, she's dead, but she's predicted some things, apparently. Allegedly. Allegedly has predicted something.
So, predicted a load of stuff. But this is a new
9/11,
prediction.
2004 tsunami in Thailand. Barack Obama being elected. What else has she predicted? Here are some terrifying predictions.
Can we use
with additional
that?
commentary from British scientific
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Can we use that picture as the thumbnail for this video?
Just some blind old woman, Putin, fire, and 2020.
I would like the 2020 to be mine and the Pot's faces. And Jack-O-W, I'd like your face over Pooty Boy. If that is alright.
Okay.
If I could make a request.
Sure.
So, the most terrifying prediction attributed to the blind medium is the fiery demise of the world. But good news, Baba Vanga predicted this Armageddon would happen in the year 5079. So no worries there, lads. Bad news.
Okay.
Do not specify how the world would end or what would lead to the world's end times. However...
But she said 5079.
That year
Mr.
specifically.
Mr. Hamilton Parker's told Express.co.uk 2020 promises to be a turbulent year with a war in the Middle East, natural disasters and political unrest. When was this article put out, by the way?
Who's the other one?
Recently.
Who's
Well,
Hamilton?
the other one is the person that they've got to commentate on this is another medium. Not got the same track record as Baba, unfortunately. So, apparently, there is going to be an assassination attempt on Vladimir Putin. The attempt will unfold at some date in the future in Europe. He will be attacked by a member of his own security team. Although Mr. Hamilton Parker did not foresee any such assassination attempt, he did say President Putin will broker a peace treaty with President Trump. Mr. Hamilton Parker did, however, predict trouble for China's President Xi Jinping in the aftermath of Hong Kong riots. He said, "I predicted the Hong Kong riots some time ago. I also spoke of a revolution in China. 2020 will see further clashed in Hong Kong with new riots in the Chinese mainland. Faced with the overthrow of government, Xi Jinping, or Winnie the Pooh, will agree to sweeping changes. But these changes, like it said, will unfold a few years after 2020. Now, first off, none of that's what Baba said, so going to disregard all that information. Apart from the fact that
none of that's
armed
important.
security might kill Vladimir Putin. Also,
Right, well, to comment on whether or not this is fake news, are we saying whether or not Baba...
Yeah, because ultimately this is news that hasn't happened yet.
This is a prediction.
Yeah.
I can believe that someone predicted these things. None of them are particularly outlandish.
Then there's a list of her credentials. What has she predicted correctly?
Anything in particular?
I think that it is, I mean, one of her predictions was that not only will Barack Obama be the first African American president, but also he will be the last president of the United States.
Well,
I mean,
is Trump really a president? No, but is Trump really a president?
She could be right.
Yeah, I mean, if
right.
if he goes to dictator route, then Baba boy.
Yeah.
Maybe she's right.
Is.
I don't know. Don't want to get too.
So hang on, she predicted that he'd be the first black president. I was basically just saying she predicted he'd win.
On a more positive note,
Because
mankind will fly
obviously.
to Venus in 2028 in search for new sources
No, we
of
won't.
energy.
No, we won't.
No, we won't.
Why would we go to Venus? It's on fire.
Venus sucks.
It's just on
We don't wanna
fire.
go there.
Why would we send
The whole thing
anyone?
is a
New sources of
fucking
energy, I think Baba said.
Large
and in
cloud.
2130, civilizations will live underwater with the help of aliens. So that's all.
I
true.
mean,
Well,
we might live
that.
underwater, but I think we can do that
The aliens
without
already
aliens.
live underwater. We're all good with that. Nah, the aliens live underwater. It's fine. We can. They'll teach us.
We don't need the aliens though to live underwater. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
We
No,
We
do
but
can do
the
it
aliens live
ourselves.
underwater.
We can do it ourselves.
If we have to
So-
live underwater, we have to fight the aliens for the territory.
We might be able to cohabitate.
Okay.
We
So,
already do.
You've got
The
what?
truth is
What
out
was which number was yours?
I don't know. It's the spicy boys, ants, fire ants.
Calling ants spicy
Fire
boys.
ants, that'd be F.
I'd love to call fire ants spicy boys.
But I can just control F this, can't I?
You can.
You
It's
can.
also just 12.
There we go.
Well, no,
I
11.
do have two articles I want to go over. That's just
You've got
because they
two
are two.
columns right next to each other, and they're just one out of each other.
Mhm.
Why did you do that?
Campaign to change
I
the
don't
name
know.
of Fire Ants to Spicy Boys gathers pace. It has taken far too long for this issue to be dragged into the public eye, Christopher Hooton says. Thank you, Christopher. It has been a big week for pensions. Number one, calling for a second referendum of the EU, attracting 4.1 million signatures, and another now going viral of a similarly important topic, the rechristening of fire ants to the rightful name of Spicy Boys. In 2016, there are 36 genders. Beyblade might be a new Olympic sport. Why aren't we calling fire ants Spicy Boys? Exchange.org pension asks. Tugged in at the First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama, the pension has, at the time of writing, brought in 16,000 Sudanese, with musicians and reporters around the world backing the campaign. fire ants.
Just musicians and reporters. Nobody else.
No normal people would want.
No
normal person would call a fire ant a spicy boy.
That's an inherently heretical idea befitting of only musicians and
It's
reporters.
taken far too long for this issue to be dragged into the public eye, one signing commented. The time for this fire any nonsense to stop has come. Let's all just agree that spicy boys are called spicy boys and move on. We have reached out to the International Commission of Zoological Nomenclature for comment. They never responded. This is back in 2016.
Wow.
Because they're cowards.
I do want to say. I'm
pretty sure they're still called fire ants. So
I did also learn that they want Beyblades to become an Olympic sport from that article.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm on
if
board.
It's anything like the anime, I'm down.
I'm on board for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have two
Well, yeah, what
that I
shows
want
yours?
to end on.
Okay.
So, the number one that I want to do, I will leave the, I will say to anyone at home, the taxidermy squirrel beer is quite interesting. The two
It's
that I
worth a read.
really wanted you to look at was, where is...
Did this Surbiton church stained glass window predict the rise
Some
of Jeremy Corbyn?
No. The two that I wanted to talk about was about a Japanese sushi chef and a man in a massage chair. Were the two I wanted to
I
talk
thought about picking the Japanese sushi
So-
chef.
Japan sushi chef using bodybuilder delivery to buoy COVID-19 hit to business. Now, I didn't want you to watch the video because this is what grabbed my attention. So he's delivered it, and then
Then he just
Just
takes
takes
it.
off his
chair and starts flexing.
Genius.
A sushi restaurant in central Japan is trying to boost sluggish demands during the coronavirus pandemic by sending shirtless bodybuilders to deliver food to its customers. The service, dubbed Delivery Macho, was established by 41-year-old Imazushi chef Masanori Sujiura. I thought his name was Imazushi, and I was like, wow, he sells sushi, and his name was Imazushi. That's incredible. No, that obviously just means sushi chef.
Yes. Correct.
Yes. He reportedly recruited his friends who worked at fitness gyms to work as sushi delivery staff as they were out of work during the pandemic. The only condition is that their customers needed to order a minimum of 7,000 yen, $66, to get a taste of the delivery nacho.
That's a fair amount.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, you have
It's
to...
a lot of sushi.
Yeah. Because you're also supporting your mates as well who don't have work.
Mm.
And
I
apparently...
don't think bodybuilding is I mean, it's a sort of profession, but not like a full-time
Well, I
profession,
mean,
right?
they're certainly going to get like modelling positions and.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
they also work at gyms. It's just for the coronavirus outbreak. So I think it's quite a good business model. I think it's a very positive story. And this next one,
It's a bit like how Arnold Schwarzenegger used to be a builder and got all of his bodybuilding mates together in LA to start a business where they'd literally just go and build houses for people.
Wow. Now there are other things that we could have done. We have the Jeremy Corbyn stained glass. We have Boris Johnson saying, "I need to lose weight, but becoming vegan would cheese me off." And we have top 10 completely useless facts about Southwest London. But the one that really tickled my fancy is, "Oh man, I'm locked in. Man pleads for help on Twitter after falling asleep in shop massage chair."
That's a film. I swear to God, that's a film. It's like Home
like
Alone
a
Sequel
like
to
127
127 hours. 127 hours massage chair edition. A man was forced to tweet for help when he got locked in a department store after falling asleep on the massage chair.
Why did
The
he
man-
tweet for help?
Also, can I just say, with all of these articles, I swear, even though I went to different websites, a good 20% of all these articles were all from Japan. I don't know what's happening in Japan, but some crazy shit just occurred.
Japan is the world's Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man awoke in a deserted. I think it's because they're so polite. So nothing really crazy happens. And it's because everyone gets ridiculed if anything slightly out of the ordinary happens. Yeah. We just love posting various pictures of dark and empty interiors. He captioned the photos. Oh man, I'm locked in. Not even like somebody sent out. It's like, oh man, I'm locked in. My wife's going to be so angry with me. Oh
God. So why did he not call the police?
Well, it is thought the man triggered an alarm which notified the police, who managed to get in touch with the shop's manager. After 10 police officers searched him to confirm he wasn't a shoplifter, he tweeted that he finally managed to get out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Japan. But
Did that need 10 police officers?
I don't know. I feel like Japan's quite a safe country, unless you're a tourist. There's a lot of tourists.
Have you ever heard of the Yakuza, by any chance?
I hear they're pretty nice guys. The game's fun. The manager apologised to the man for staff's failure to notice he was still in the chair when locking up. The man also said sorry, although it wasn't clear how long he took off for. That's the most Japanese thing I've heard. They both apologised to each other for the inconvenience they caused.
I'm very sorry. Me too.
His original post was, it's like, I think Japan is the Canada of, like, Asia, isn't it? Everyone's so polite there. It's like there's the urban legend where it's like if you're on holiday in Japan, you've got like a foster family. If you say like, "Oh, that's a really good picture," they'll be like, "Oh, he really likes the picture. We have to give him the picture now." I've read a load of stories about that, but I swear that must be an urban legend. No way can I see people.
No, not got.
One responder said, "How did this happen?" The Honduras replied, It is a valuable experience."
Really?
And others commented that it was their childhood dream to be locked inside a department store, while others likened the man's predicament to the popular escape the room style of game.
How depressing! What a depressing slave to capitalism you have to be before your childhood dream is.
Well, I imagine it's kind of like having
to a shopping.
I think the childhood side of it is more like having the. You imagine it as more of a free reign to run around all the shops with no shoppers, just picking and choosing what you want type thing.
I think as a kid you're kind of like, it's midnight store, everything's open, you did a free reign. I would love to go into a mall and play. I mean, I went into a mall that was pretty much abandoned when I went on holiday to a certain location. And there was no one in the store apart from probably 2 other groups, and there were a load of shops, and it was very quiet. And I was just thinking, like, wouldn't it be sick? There was one shop in there which had a life-size Hulk, which was taller than me. And, like, inside the store, it's like a comic book store, and they recreated Tony Stark's, like, Iron Man suit thing, where it's like got all the Iron Man suits. They built all the Iron Man suits, replicas, and they were selling the Iron Man suits. And I was like, this would be a sick fucking place. And I had a Chuck E. Cheese as well. And I'm like, this would be a sick place to play hide and seek.
Right, so we know where you went to now, Chris.
Yeah, exactly.
Or at least which country.
Nowhere else has Chuck E. Cheese's, you idiot.
Yeah, I'll tell you for one thing, it wasn't.
Oh.
There's actually Chuck E. Cheese's in a lot of places, just not in the UK.
What does Chuck E. Cheese do?
The food and children's playground.
Terrible food and mostly an arcade.
Chuck E. Cheese is the Five Nights at Freddy's place.
Yeah,
it's mainly an arcade. It's mainly an arcade, and they do really.
People, like, you go there for the arcade, not for the food.
Mm-hmm. There was supposed to be an age limit on the Chuck E. Cheese, but because it was like no one else was there, me and my brother just went to the arcade. Like, we talked to the person. They were like, "You can't go in there." We were like, "There's no one else in there." I'm like, "Come on, man, give us this." I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese before, like, and I will never be able to go to because there's an age limit on how old you have to be. Please let me in. And he was like, "Okay." So I got in, and I had a brilliant time. It's absolutely outstanding. And now I've been to Chuck E. Cheese, and YouTube will never be able to experience Chuck E. Cheese because there is an age limit on being in the arcade section. You have to be under 16.
Under 16?
Yeah.
Jesus.
YouTube are never getting in.
I don't know. We could figure out a way to reverse
that Chuck E.
aging.
Cheese only had one animatronic, and he wasn't working that day.
I'll build my own Chuck E. Cheese. That's my loop.
With blackjack and hookers. But yeah.
With blackjack and hookers.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty
idea.
successful podcast.
What did we discover? We discovered that
aliens.
We
are
discovered
definitely
that
out
you
there.
have a big interest in aliens because I think
I love a good alien.
I put on that list.
I love a good alien. Yeah, no, I love alien stories.
Love a good
They're great
alien. We're really turned off by people
What else
thinking
do I like?
about the thousands of penis fishes or the dominatrix who
I did see
was
the penis
defending
fishes.
their fetish dungeon in London.
Hey, man.
The Samantha
You can
sex
defend your fetish
robot who
dungeon.
now has a family mode. Mistress
I know. I
Evelyn,
found.
apparently. And also,
I know. I had one that was a GP getting mistaken for a hotline, like sexy sauna.
No. But I can say his interest isn't in space because the Japanese millionaire pulling out of a date show that promised the moon wasn't picked.
Hey, look, I'm reading these based on the first words, not the last. Like, the moon is literally on the end of it.
I know there was another one about the guy with his enormous thumb, and the people are freaking out because it's true. Like he's got photo evidence or whatever.
Can you imagine how many news articles there are on the internet?
Yeah. You have
just the if you could see the number.
This has taken Chris
hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how long Chris really spent actually finding all of his, but I can't imagine it took you too long.
Yeah, there's a couple of ones that really tickled me. First off, how the email found me memes are viral and totally relatable, which I read a little bit of, and it sounds like it was written by an old man who doesn't know what memes are. It was amazing. The person who said breastfeeding is unnatural was pretty interesting. You had the dancing robots replacing fans at Japanese baseball games. Duck lanes in the canals in Birmingham. Elon Musk saying the first Mars colonists will probably die, but it will be glorious. Fears that men will eventually die out as the Y chromosome is vanishing over time. There was many articles about the German police finding mysterious vials of hamster DNA. Of course, you've got bongo bingos, double-ended dildos.
Alright, before you read all of these,
just some phenomenal.
Let's end the show.
I will try and make this available on a Google sheet in the description of the video. I think you'll just be able to copy that into a Google sheet and put a link, a shareable link. I want to share this with the world. I think there's some cracking stuff.
I don't think these are even close to the weirdest articles out there. I can only imagine.
These are the weirdest articles that I found in 2 days of looking, I would say. Well,
fair enough.
3 days of looking for websites, and I spent an hour today going through and picking the best ones. But I reckon if you gave me a month, I would come back with some crazy shit.
Some nuclear
there's a couple of crazy shit in there, like Elon Musk saying that the Mars colonists will die. Or the Japanese game show where the billionaire will take a girl to the moon with him. That's just
You're back in your dressing gown. What's going on?
Yeah, I just kind of decided to go full circle.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway,
that's the show. We did it.
Jack-O-W.
Go away now.
I hope there's no pressure, but they should be in contact with you soon because you did say that the entire concept was showing you the news articles, so you would be guessing news on whether we did a good job or not.
Yeah. Because it is ultimately your opinion.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, you know what? I put it on the record. I think you did an immaculate job. Well done, everybody.
Thank you.
Found some good news articles.
I think
we had a good laugh, and we learnt some lessons along the way.
I hope that this is a little bit calmer of an episode than episodes we've had previously. But I think it's good to kind of. I think the craziness needs to be contrasted with some normality sometimes.
I agree.
We need to
because it just makes the craziness more fun. Otherwise, we normalise the weird shit.
Yeah, it can't be.
And then we have to go more weird every time.
Exactly. Yeah, we go.
And I have my limits.
I don't, but these two do, and I have to be mindful for their little souls. But I think next week we'll hopefully prep something. I'm hoping at some point soon. We're starting to do some research, but we are going to be talking about the Crimean War. A deep, in-depth discussion. Can't wait for that one. I'm watching some James Bond movies whilst I'm stuck in this green room, and once I've gotten through all of them, and I might wait for Bond 25 to come out as well, I'm going to make you a James Bond quiz. I know that you're both
Matt
James
will
Bond
win. I don't know. I mean,
knowing Chris, he's very likely to just pull out questions that no one will know the answer to. So
I'm going to be putting out some obscure stuff. I am going to say, but I think you'll be able to do some stuff. We're definitely doing a whole round on 007 Nightfire, the best James Bond game, and people who played.
Yeah, I was going to say I was trying to remember the name. Thank you. The only thing I know about James Bond is how sick Nightfire was.
GoldenEye was the really.
No, GoldenEye was not that.
It was. It's really popular because it was pretty good for the time.
It's the first FPS game.
Yeah.
Famously.
I think we're also planning to do the political alignment of vegetables because somebody's too coward to release the fruit alignment one.
The people demand it.
People demand it. And really, I'm going to keep demanding it until he finishes it and sends it out because
I've explained to you
all of the footage.
We know why.
I don't.
We know why.
It not only do I not have any of the footage,
but I know why he doesn't want you to see it, and I'd say the excuse is not good enough. We don't have to go into that any further. And also, eventually, I think for a big special one, we are going to take a load of elements from a variety of different things that we have done in these podcasts, and we are going to put them into a deathmatch, Hunger Games gauntlet, which we are going to be commentating over. But I want to wait until we've got a good amount of in-jokes, so people going into it just feel completely out of depth.
Hey, man. Why are you telling them all of the spoilers?
Well, the great thing is that these can come at some point, at no point, at any point. But I want to give some tantalising threats for people to get excited. These are just some of the ideas that if this idea doesn't go through,
that the ones
you might eventually see.
The least interesting ones.
If there's one
the most interesting ones we do are the ones that are completely impromptu and we guessed about 15 minutes before.
If there's one thing I've learned from these clickbait articles is that we need to leave the people wanting more. That way they'll actually come and see us again.
Before we get all the way through to whether we've got it and us pitching our stuff, I would like to give a massive thank you to Ikigai, the Japanese secret for a long and happy life, which you can read the entire book to understand that. It's by Hector Garcia or Francesca Miralles, or you can just follow the Venn diagram on the back and you'll get all of it.
Brilliant.
Yeah, but
shit.
apparently a good read.
Sheet on the back of the book.
Yeah, it's very good. I can just kind of know what you get at the end. But I think it'll be a good read when I eventually read it at some point. And have you got anything from our corporate overlords?
Let me have a look.
Oh, we've got a mouse and a keyboard. All I've got is unnumbered
What do you
keys.
think?
I mean, with our track records,
with our track record,
who knows?
They're not happy.
What
they're not happy.
This time?
Turns out there's a cartel of all
Japanese
of the
individual
news
called the Yakuza.
It's not the Yakuza. It's the news Yakuza. It's the Yanuza.
It's the Yanuza.
And they've lobbied to make sure that this episode never gets out because we're documenting all of the instances of fake news, and it turns out we got them all right. First of all, I'd like to stress that it does say we got 100% track record. Every single one that we said was fake news was indeed fake news. So Yeah, never.
I
Never
guess
getting
the
published.
only episode to ever get the green light will be that fruit alignment video. And it's such a shame we lost all. It's such a shame that Jack-O-W refuses to release it.
No, there was a horrible shipping accident, and all of the footage has been lost to the Atlantic Ocean.
To the
okay?
Atlantic
It's
Ocean.
not my fault.
It's what he says, but we also know that it might be due to the insanely racist and sexist things he said. If he was in New Mutants, let's just say, he'd be getting multiple cracked articles written about him.
Alright, it's the time to plug your things.
Yes. First off, can I just say, honestly, thank you to everyone who wrote articles that we looked at today. They were all thoroughly
Well done.
entertaining, especially the New
You're doing
Mutants
God's
one.
work.
I know, I josh on it quite a bit, but
McNab.
it was quite funny. I loved it. Thank
Yeah.
you very much for the content. Anyway, I am on Twitch, where my identical twin is. You can see us at 720p, 30 frames per second. Sometimes the internet goes out because it takes a shit. But the important thing is that I'm having fun
Oh, man.
whilst doing
Everyone's got to go.
That is
Everyone's got to go
it.
shit.
Everyone's got to go
sometimes.
for a shit. And
Even
apparently
the internet.
loves taking shit.
Even the internet.
Only at my place. Doesn't like to take shits at anyone else's.
Nah, the internet is
Um,
practically constipated at mine.
Yeah.
Mucho. Me gusta.
Mucho. But yeah. Next up, the Jack-O-W.
No, the pot.
It's me. I get to go next.
Whoa! You get to go.
Not that I really have the. Not that I really
Do all
have
your
the things to
plugging.
plug. Go find the LinkedIn
Ah.
if you can. It's
Go
there.
find the LinkedIn.
It's
It's in
there.
the description.
No,
They're all in the
I know
description.
that. I know
Can-
they're in the
can I just say-
description.
I know people keep sending the pot LinkedIn requests to my email, astralfisher@gmail.com. That
Go to
is
the
the wrong
LinkedIn.
place. I
Go
have
to
sent
the
you a link
LinkedIn.
to LinkedIn. Apparently he hasn't got any of those.
I've had like 2.
I've had like 2.
ludicrous.
I've had 200. But they just keep sending it to me. They don't send
guys-
it to
There's
the right
more
one. 200. 100 unique ones and one guy who just sent 100.
He really wants to
He
talk to me.
really wants to talk to you.
But doesn't seem to know really what LinkedIn is.
The only issue is
Fair
that we
enough.
speak different languages, so I don't think he's understanding what
Well,
LinkedIn
Oh
is.
well, who knows? That's
Okay.
pretty much it from me.
Yeah.
As for me, it's
A woo woo.
It's-
A woo,
No.
Jack, a woo woo.
I do streaming, he
Yeah.
says. I do actually do Dungeons and Dragons sometimes. That's
Sometimes.
good fun. That's with the Astral Fisher and his good friends. And my good friends, I would say. I hate them all, but no, that's not true. I'm lying. Anyways,
It's
have-
very good. Go watch.
I have. What else do I do? I'm blanking. Yeah, I do card games with an idiot who's better at card games than me.
Not
so
us two, by
there's
the way.
that.
Not us two.
Not
We
these
do
two.
our own little.
These
No,
two
we're
are
going to be
terrible
doing
at
our
card
own
games.
little card
And even
games
if they
soon.
were good at card games, they play stupid card games. So
I need
Who
to
knows?
actually
why-
buy the card game.
You
So
need
the-
to.
You
need
don't
to buy
get
the
to card.
They're trying.
You
They're,
don't
they're
need to
currently
buy it.
trying to
You
usurp
should.
me with my card game playing endeavours by making a rival shit card game.
Don't think I can
Podcast.
play the shit card game. I
You
want
can't
to
even
play
play the
this
shit
shit
card
one.
game.
Uh,
There we are. You snooze, you lose.
Yeah, anyway, thank you so much for listening. And
Indeed.
I hope we see a meltdown to this episode, just like the thousands of penis fish that washed up on the beaches recently. And if I don't see you in this life, it'll be too late because I'll be dead. Haha! See you next time, suckers!
there's plenty more puff in this guy.
There's plenty more puff in this guy. Sorry.
No, stop doing drug references.
I'm not doing drug references. I'm just doing what Jeremy
We've
Ryan
ended
told
the
me to
podcast.
advertise.
Shut up. We've ended the podcast. It's already longer than 2 hours.
So you've got.
I'm going for piss. I will be back.
I'm gonna get a drink as well. So
Okay.
we'll have a quick break.
Well. Whilst the gentlemen are gone, I shall entertain. Maybe this stays in, maybe this doesn't. I don't know where they go. I'm trapped in this room still. It's a little green box. But yeah, the little green box life has been pretty cool. It's been pretty jazzy, you know what I'm saying? A pop of chat. Green wall there, green wall there, green wall there. It's been pretty good. I've been doing a couple of gigs recently. Did some stand-up recently. The banana. Loved it, you know. The rest of the audience really hated it. In fact, one of them chucked a mouldy banana at me, which is where banana came from. But yeah, it's been a interesting week, I'll say. I have been able to see something that's not been green recently, as, and I don't really want to say this out loud, but a rat has actually nibbled through the floorboards over there, and there's a little mouse hole, and I can kind of look in, and I can see some grounds, which is very exciting, especially because I don't really have a mirror, so all I can really see is my own hands, and my own body, and my own shame, which I guess isn't that cool. Yeah, it's been an interesting one. These two just seem to be able to come in and out of their bloody rooms they like. Don't know why they've got all of the luxury accommodation, as it were. But yeah, it's been quite a good week. I think it's a week anyway. We could be recording these once a month. I'd have been none the wiser. No one updates me about anything. But I think, you know, I'm glad that Jack-Ouchy has been really enjoying these. I think one thing about being trapped in here so long is that, you know, the hair is starting to get unmanageable, man. It just keeps growing and growing and growing. I'm going to be down where Jack-O-W is soon, just going to be wearing a forest on my head. It'll be crazy. Yeah, but anyway, let's just pretend we haven't said anything. So, how was your drink? Was it good? Did you get a good drink?
I didn't go for a drink, I went for a piss. Get your facts right. Stop doing fake news. Oh. I was water out, he was water in.
Wow, outstanding. Well, I don't.
Yeah.
I just get liver stuff. All of my piss goes into the pot in the corner of the room.
Nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
Oh, I'm kind of jealous in a way.
Yeah. I'm certainly jealous.
It was broken.
Anyway.